afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon,
Hello.
and good night.
Come on, there's plenty to talk about today.
I know there's plenty to talk about. We have, there's a bunch of liars. And I don't like people so much today.
Well, let's talk about positive stuff.
Look, I like everybody that's listening today. Watching today. I appreciate that. But the vast majority of people just suck balls. And I'm convinced of that, and you're not going to change my mind. I lost another friend on Facebook last night. Like, this whole left thing now that's going on where they're calling Vance and Trump weird.
Uh-huh.
It's just bizarre to me. And so now you get all these dumb fucks, sorry for the language already, that are on Facebook and social media and everything else that are, joining in. Like what they do, what these people don't understand, there's a memo that goes out to like CNN, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, CBS, and all the different leftist organizations.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically says, here's the talking points that we want you to use. Now, I don't know who actually sends it. You could probably guess a half a dozen people that probably send these kind of memos to these news stations because the left media.
I'd imagine they're stationed in a White House.
Right. And so the memo basically said, now the talking point is weird. Because if you listen to these stations throughout the years, they always start using the same talking points at the exact same time. Then they use the same phrases. They use the same everything. And if you listen to one station, you could listen to the other because they're exactly the same.
Sure.
And so now the talking point is they're weird. Right. So
I'm just putting up the people that are telling us that Vance and Trump are weird.
Right. The people that are now telling you that Vance and Trump are weird are these folks.
Yeah.
Now, they don't have an answer for why do you call them weird? Because there is nothing weird about them. Everybody in their own way is weird. But the people that are wearing the pink hair, the blue hair, the people that are dressed like the ones that you're seeing, the people that like drag queen story hours for kids, the people that like genitalia for children being mutilated to change their gender identity when they're 8, 9 years old, the people that throw parades with dog collars and everything else in front of children, those are the people saying that Trump and Vance are weird.
Yeah.
But apparently we have to accept it.
We don't have to.
We have to be tolerant.
We don't. No, we don't.
But no. The left tells us that we're not tolerant enough. Now, if you're a Christian and complain about the mockery that was made on the Olympics, you're weird. But if you are one of the trans people with his balls hanging out at the Olympics, you're normal.
Yeah, according to them.
So I'm trying to figure this whole thing out now. Everything has been flipped. The script has been flipped. Now, if I have a family with a wife and a kid and a house and and a dog and a cat, whatever, I'm weird. Okay. But if I have a harem of trans people living in my apartment built for two, then I'm normal.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to figure it out.
What are you trying to figure out? How to be normal? Or why you care that these fucking people think that you're weird? Who gives a shit?
I'm not normal anymore. I thought I was something normal. Look, now everybody's weird in their own way. I have my tendencies to be a little bit strange at times. I get it. But I think for the most part, I'm fairly normal.
Dude, here's how you have to look at it. Or how you should. I guess I can't say have to, but here's how you should. If they call you a name because you don't believe in what you're looking at on that screen, wear the name. Just take the name. I would rather be racist than one of these fucking weirdos. I would rather be weird than one of these people. I would rather be a homophobe than one of these people. Who gives a shit what some fucking blip on your screen tells you is wrong?
Understand. I just don't understand. Look, because half the country believes this now.
So half what? The other half doesn't. The other half isn't crazy.
I don't know where it went so bizarrely weird, but when I say the word weird, because it's changed so much. It used to be the American dream to have the white picket fence, go to work a good 8-hour day, overtime if you could, come home, have dinner, watch some TV with the family, and that was supposed to be the normal existence. A man and a woman getting together, marriage and kids and all that was considered normal. Now it's weird. Now when JD Vance gets out there and says, hey, people aren't having kids and getting married like they used to, we should probably get back to the core family and core family values. Well, that's weird.
Yeah, well, but that's by their definition, it's weird. Doesn't mean it has to be by your. You don't need to look to find a reason that you're not weird to convince these fucking morons. That's all I'm saying. They're fucking morons.
I'm not.
And whatever label they want to give you for saying that, or me for saying that, then we just have to wear that. Okay, fine. I'm a whatever phobe. I'm an ist. Who cares? Look at you.
Like I'm not going to say names, and I actually really care about this individual. Fairly decently. I mean, a good person, and I've always liked this person, but married to somebody that went to bars and literally would, for money, lick the feet of people at the bar. It was, and that person called me weird last night because I like Donald Trump.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. I just don't get it. I talked to somebody the other day who said, I'm not a Democrat, but I'm voting against Trump because I hate Trump.
Okay.
Well, you're not a Democrat. So you're voting for every liberal policy that's out there. But I'm not a Democrat. Well, then how are you not a Democrat? You are a Democrat. That's weird. If you are voting for every liberal policy, then because you can't vote for.
It's not weird. It's just dumb. It's dumb and selfish, is what it is. It's dumb and selfish. I don't like this person. Look, I don't like Donald Trump. I've told you that a million times. I'm not a fan of him. But he'll get my vote because I want cheaper groceries and cheaper fucking fuel, and maybe to not have the economy crash like it's doing today.
Yeah, nothing weird there.
No.
I'm almost at a loss for words because I just don't understand what's going on. I just don't. I don't get it. I've never seen. I never thought I would see a country like this. I mean, it's completely ass back. I don't. Where did we go wrong? Biden didn't do all this. I mean, I'll give Biden a lot of credit.
This all started with Obama. This all started with Obama when he normalized faggotry, when he normalized gay marriage. Yes.
Well, come on. Did you think it came?
I do think it came from there because it extended from there. Once people were told that you couldn't question gay marriage, then they expanded it to you can't question anything else. And now that's where we got this whole world of goofiness. Now, think about that, dude. Look, I'm for gay marriage. If you want to be unhappy and you're gay, go ahead. Be unhappy. Be married. It's fine. But if you think about what came from that, you were no longer allowed to say faggot. You were no longer allowed to say homo. You were no longer allowed to have these terms. So they expanded it to transgender. We never think about when Obama was president. Do you remember one time talking about transgender or transgender rights or any of that kind of shit?
No.
It all came as an extension of once you embrace the smallest part of it, then the rest of the peripheral comes into play. You never had it during those days, 2008, 2009. You never had a woman like this dressed like a pussy with her uterine wall sign over her head out in public. You didn't have that. You didn't have this blue faggot at the Olympics.
That person's calling me weird.
Yeah. So is this Olympic goof, the blue Olympic goof. You're supposed to accept that as normal. No, fuck you. It's not normal. You're a weirdo. Everyone in this picture that we have on the screen is a bunch of weirdos. And whatever that makes me for saying it, then that's what I am. Because I'm never going to accept this level of faggotry. I'm not.
Okay, but I'm not just talking about that stuff. I'm talking about just a little bit of everything. Everything is just bizarre now. Do you think it came from? I don't think Obama pushed it per se. Do you think social media has allowed it to become this way?
Part of it, sure. But I think the
because
bigger
now
part
everybody just has an opinion. Everybody has a thought. Everybody can take a picture. Everybody can do whatever they want to do and post it all over the world.
Yeah, but I think a bigger part of it, though, is no consequences. This whole no tolerance participation trophy world that we're in. Dude, yeah. Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody feels confident in saying and doing whatever they want to do because they haven't been punched in the face. when you knew back 15 years ago, if somebody came at you the way that I'm assuming they did today, and weren't sure that you wouldn't get punched in the face for saying it, you wouldn't say it. Or you better have some real reason for making that statement. You know what I mean?
Right.
And now they don't. Now they're just like, oh, I said it on my keyboard. Nothing's going to happen to me. You're a pussy. You know, that's what, and they have no thought of repercussion. And just look at the videos that you see on X or TikTok or whatever, and I know you see them. Look at the videos when they say something to the wrong person and the wrong person clocks them. They act like somebody put a murder hit for hire on them because they get punched in the face. Because they're like, how could you do that? How could you punch me in the face?
Right. I just started thinking last night about all the different things that are just so bizarre in this country. I'm weird because I think having a family and everything is okay and is actually a good thing in life. Yeah. I mean, look, I understand you don't want to get married again, but you went down the road and you have children that you take care of, and you work hard. You work a lot of hours, and so you are trying to better your existence in life, and you take care of your family. And I'm watching people that are online saying, "Too bad the bullet missed a former president," but we're weird. It's not weird to wish and hope that somebody died and got shot in the face.
Of course it is, but again, you're not allowed to say that because he's on their team or he's not on their team. More to the point, the point is you can't worry about what people. This is where Republicans continually get sidetracked. Republicans are continually led by words because they just know that the words aren't true, but they can't accept it. At some point, you just have to accept, I don't care what you think of me. I'm fine to be a weirdo. I'm fine to be a homophobe. I'm fine to be a racist, but I will not cave to your bullshit.
Well, because, I was talking to a friend on the way home. He listens to the show sometimes.
Sure.
But he travels the country. Mm-hmm. And for what he does for a living. And I said to him, I'm telling him what I'm telling you, that I think, I don't know where we all went wrong, where everything that was normal is now weird, and what's weird is now normal. And he said, you can't bring up any of those things, though. Seth, he said, you cannot bring up that the guy with the blue hair is weird, and you're not. Because if you do, immediately the call will be that you're going to be called a racist, a homophobe, and everything else, a xenophobe, every other phobe and is that there is, because that's what they will do. They won't acknowledge what you're saying to them. They will just try to shut you down by calling you a name. Yeah. And it's so true. I don't know how you combat it.
Well, I'm telling you how you combat it. You just don't care. Who gives a shit what they think? Why do you care what they think? You're never going to convince them otherwise. If we've learned anything about the left, it is that they are intolerant. They are intolerant to any ideas but their own. So why the hell would you, A, worry about what they say, or B, try to convince them, or C, try to have a reasonable discussion with them? You got to fight fire with fire on this, my friend. I'm weird? Fine, I'm weird, but you're still a faggot. Period. Period. End of discussion. And if you want to be upset with me, then be upset with me, because I really don't care. And I'm not gonna conform or lessen my level of absolute disgust for you because you have some rules in your head of how I'm supposed to speak to you. Suck a dick any which way you want to take that. That's how you answer it. You don't try to use rationale and common sense with lunatics. You just don't do it.
I think that's where I'm struggling, is because I try to go into it with let me have a conversation with you about why this is not right, and that never goes well for me.
Yeah,
I
well,
get
it's
shut
never
down
gonna,
by 100 different people.
it's never going to do well with the intolerant. That's for sure.
Wait,
That's
we got some sage advice here from the real John Drake.
We do. Problem is that just because you say something is weird, that doesn't mean that you're against it. Yeah.
Well, that is what it means.
Well,
When the people on the left are calling Trump or JD Vance of all people weird, then they're against him. Now JD Vance, like I've met the guy half a dozen times. Always been very nice, very respectful, good dude. I got a nice family.
All right, you met that weirdo. What about him?
His wife is very nice, and by the way, is an Indian, so she is a woman of color, if you will, and they have kids, and he's not weird. I don't understand what's going on.
Well, he's not weird to you, but to somebody that wants to wear a dog mask and fuck a mattress, he is weird.
I guess that would be weird.
To have a normal family, he is weird. And again, you ain't changing him, so why bother? Who cares? It doesn't matter what they think. You're not going to change them.
Well, that's where I have to get over everything.
You do. You have to. You need to have fucking skin of titanium, my friend.
But I do. But I don't. I do, but I don't. I do because, like, I've been made fun of my entire life, much less the past 25 years in radio.
Sure.
I've been made fun of, harassed, and called every name in the book. I mean, I've had everybody from people that were my bosses to people that were fans call me stupid, fat, ugly, and every other homeless, every other word you could possibly think of to hurt my feelings. I've been called. You can't come up with one. So I have thick skin. But where I don't have thick skin is when it comes to the pride that I used to have for this country compared to where I see it going. And I wish that, like, I'm going to sound like sulky here. I wish there was a way that you and I could change people's minds on stuff.
There's
but
not.
I guess we can't is the problem.
No, there's not. There's not. What you have to do, again, I'm saying what you have to do, but I'm broad stroking, which I don't generally do. In your own mind, you almost have to preach to those that are either believe what you do or are kind of on the fence but unsure. And that's who you have to reach to. But you cannot change these whack jobs, so don't worry about these whack jobs.
This is what I don't argue with Bob France because but because Bob, I would never argue with Bob. One, I'm going to lose, but two, there's no point. But Bob France, 1420, 9 to noon every weekday. But sometimes I get so angry because we are getting fired up. Bob's giving these monologues that are fantastic. We're having guests on that are telling you everything that you need to hear.
Yeah.
And then I sit there and go, but why are we doing it? Because the only people that we're talking to are the people that fucking know it already. I mean, if you're listening to Bob on 1420, most likely you're one of those people that either A, you already agree with everything that we're saying. Every guest that we have on, you're agreeing with. Every monologue that he has, you know that he's damn right. And he's fired up, he's passionate, he's right. But there are very few people that are probably listening that disagree, and the people that aren't going to change their minds.
Well, see,
so that's what I do here. Sometimes I feel like I'm spinning my wheels because we're talking to people that agree. Unless we get Heidi on there and we kick her out because she's dumb. I mean, that's what I mean. So it just seems like spinning wheels sometimes.
But Heidi's
like I want to get in arguments with people and change their mind, but you can't.
But you can't. You're never going to. And that's one of the reasons Heidi is banned, is because she's not in here to fucking have a discussion. She's in here to just be a pain in the dick and spew her values and tell us why we're fucked up. And don't need that on our show. We don't need it. Think of it this way, dude. And this is kind of the reality of the world. 46% of the United States is right-leaning. 46% of the United States is left-leaning. The people you're trying to reach are that, 8% in the middle?
Yeah.
That aren't sure. That's all you're trying to reach. Of course, you're going to get the rah-rah section here if you say, Trump is great, Trump is God, whatever. Of course, you're going to get that because that's what most of this audience is, and that's fine. But there are some people, I can tell you, especially if they're listening because they're fans of me with Classic Metal Show, they know that I'm not a Trump junkie like you guys, like you or Neely or, like you guys are. I'm not. And they will listen and they'll hear points. And you might lead some of them that way because they know that I'm so goddamn radical that they're going to listen and try and see if they can find any kind of goodness in my nuttiness. And those are the people you want to reach. Of course, you've already reached these people, dude. And that's fine. But you still got to stay true to your belief system. And you can't let the other people derail you. You can't let some fucking faggot in a dog mask have you second guessing your belief system. You can't have some weirdo like these folks again. You can't have some weirdos like these folks here making you question why you're weird. You just have to say, look at you, look at me. No, I'm not. Onward we go. And that's what you got to do.
Somebody, Marcus misses Heidi.
I'll bet he does.
I just, I don't know. I want people to change their minds. I don't know how. I guess in my mind, they sit there and go, I don't understand your thinking. I don't understand how you can think the way that you do. I don't understand how you think a drag queen story hour is good for children. I don't understand how you think that an 8-year-old can decide what gender they want to be. I don't understand how you think that, when we've been told by politicians of all people that the world's going to end because we've raised 1/10 of a degree and we're going to die in the next 10 years because we drive cars. How you can believe that? I don't understand how people actually have a mindset of this kind of stuff. I don't understand how that Harry Sisson or whatever his fucking name is, who's on TikTok and Twitter and everything else, can sit there and say that Joe Biden's doing such a great job. I don't understand where that mindset comes from when it feels like to me the facts are slapping you in the fucking face harder than a brick. And how do you not see it? How do you not see what's going on?
They don't want to. They don't want to. It's that simple.
How do you not see that Hamas are a group of terrorists?
Do you really believe they don't see that? Do you really believe they don't see that? Or do you think that they're just playing along with what they're supposed to? Because
I don't know.
Be on the winning
I really don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're thinking. Because I don't know how you can watch a country like Israel get attacked on October 7th. And women and babies shoved into ovens and people executed on the streets, and how you can then say that Israel shouldn't defend themselves and try to eradicate a terrorist group. Those are the good people trying to kill the bad people. And yet you have people protesting in the streets, tearing down our monuments, defacing property, and lighting the American flag on fire. And it makes no sense to me. That kind of behavior doesn't make any sense to me. That kind of behavior makes me want to say, you don't like it, then leave it.
Yeah, but they're not going to leave because they can't go anywhere else and have the freedom to do these things.
You have people like Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, the stupid fucking View, and people telling you all the time that if Trump gets elected, it's the end of our democracy.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
Yet Donald Trump was president once for 4 years, and democracy still lived.
Yeah, well,
the election was stolen or not, which I do.
But still, again, you know why they do it, and you play into it anyway, like it's real. Whoopi Goldberg or Joy Behar, we can use as a primary example. Why do they believe what they do? Because they're political grifters. That's the only reason. They're political grifters. They can get this money. They can be on TV, which the liberal media is happy to let them be. I mean, who the hell is watching The View? Nothing but left-leaning lunatic women that, between sending their kids to school and getting their kids home from school. And then they listen to the fucking View. Right. Dude, look at this article. I'm going to put something up on the screen. I was going to bring this up anyway today. But just it tells you everything you want to know, and it plays right into this topic that we're talking about right now. Is this it? Yeah. Here, I don't know if you can see this or not, but Kamala Harris is paying influencers $20,000 to come to the DNC and to promote her campaign.
Yes.
Why would she be doing that? Because of dummies that watch The View Right. And people like that will be like, well, my God, I wear the Kardashian fucking perfume. I'm gonna support Kamala because she likes Khloe Kardashian. You know, the Kardashians like Kamala, so I better too. There's nothing real to this shit, dude. They're all political grifters. It's all about money. It always has been.
But I mean, I understand what you're saying. I don't understand how you can get somebody like George Clooney to sit there and say, "Okay, I'll take $20,000. What does he need $20,000 for?"
He doesn't. He'll get more than $20,000 if he shows up. Dude. Snoop Dogg. Did you see this came out? I don't know where I saw it, but I just saw it today. Snoop Dogg is being paid $500,000 a day plus all of his expenses to be out there peddling the Olympics. So that's 21 days. That's $10 million. Think George Clooney would do that for $10 million?
I'd probably do it for $10 million.
I would too. I'd be like, Kamala's the chick. I'm all about Kamala Harris. Give me $10 million. Kamala's the best.
I don't know if I have that price.
I have that price. Fuck, I'd probably suck Obama's dick for $10 million. That's Michael, not Barack.
I don't know. I got really depressed last night thinking about how this country's gone, and I wish there was a way that we could like change some people's minds, and I guess you can't.
You can't.
Yes, you can't.
Just enjoy the good things in life, dude.
There aren't many.
Well, there's a few.
There are a few. There are a few great ones.
I wrote you a new song.
Yeah, I know. Which, yes.
Want to talk about that? That'll transition to something better.
Yes, the end of the show. We're not going to play it now, right?
We can play it now. Because I actually have a few alternative takes of it as well, if you want to hear.
Yeah. Okay.
You set it up.
Over the weekend, Chris sent me a text with a link to a brand new song that he wrote entirely himself. And I was shocked and amazed when I heard it. It was like really, really good. And like, so I called Chris and I said, "Chris, man, that's fucking unbelievable." And I said, how long did it take you? He said, Chris actually told me that he's been working on the song for like a month and a half.
Oh, yeah.
And he wrote all the lyrics to it.
Played all the instruments.
Well, you had, of course, on the computer, you managed to mix all the instruments together. And then you actually had somebody sing it for us. And we paid a nominal fee, which you have to sign up for Minds, MINDS, so we can pay the singer the song.
That's right.
Because we owe him a lot of money. And buy some stuff off the SethWilliamsShow.com merchandise.
That's right.
Because we need to pay for the song. But it's a great song, and Chris took a lot of time and effort.
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
No. That's true. No.
Not true.
No. Over the last week, I felt like I was getting behind in the world of IT a little bit. And I specifically felt that I was dragging ass with the world of AI. So I spent a good amount of time last week teaching myself AI and finding good sites for AI and whatever. And one of these sites that I came across is you tell it like some bullet points that you would want to cover in a song, and it makes the song. You tell it what style you want, you give it a few bullet points, and it comes up with a song. So I spent a whopping 30 seconds, I would say. And I came up with the first song for Seth, and then it gave me an alternative. Then I wrote another one, and then I got another alternative to that. So how do you want to do this? You want to go from the one that we're going to use all the time, or do you want to go from the least used all the time?
I don't even know if I've heard the least used one.
No, you have not heard the least used. You want to start there, and then we'll go
least used. I know one that I really liked a lot.
Okay, let me.
I might like the least used better though. What if I do?
No, you won't.
No.
All right, this is the one that I think will be least used because it was my first attempt, and instead of being really, really audible, it's really heavy. This one is a bit heavy, but this was the first one, and this is just me putting in a couple of bullet points like Seth. He worked with Mike Trevisano. He lost his leg. He was fired from WTAM. Just a couple of points. He hates. He's right leaning. He hates liberals. You know, it was like 4 or 5 points was all I put in for this. And here's what it gave me. This one is called Rising from Ashes.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't like that one as much.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy.
It's pretty. I mean, I like the actual
the words,
music to it. I like the music to it. It's pretty hard and heavy. I like that, but it doesn't fit
doesn't fit this audience. That's for sure.
Doesn't fit the audience. Doesn't fit the motif of the song. I don't think.
That's pretty good. I'm okay with it. This is the lighter one of the two, by the way. Let me go back to the.
Hang on. This is what Natalie. This kind of pisses me off when she says this. We all wish we could change things for the better, but most of it we can't, unfortunately. You can if you try, I think. I believe that if everybody actually did give a shit and actually did try, then things would get done, but nobody cares enough.
Yeah. Again, there's one way you can change it, and nobody's willing to say it. It's going to take a fist, a bullet, a bat. One way or the other, it's going to have to be beaten into submission, Civil War style. It's the only way.
Brian says it's better than Ted Nugent's Come and Take It song.
Well, that's true. Well, if that one wasn't heavy enough for you, Seth.
Well, God.
Let's try the other take of Rising from Ashes. Same lyrics, a little bit heavier of a tune.
Heavier?
Oh, yeah, this is real heavy. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No.
That's been
No. Nope.
Too much for you?
A little much. A little. Yeah.
All right. Well,
it doesn't make me proud of the country or anything. It makes me kind of angry and want to light fires and stuff.
Well, I kind of assumed that. So
now
that's when I went to some other takes.
You're gonna play the one that you sent me.
Well, I'm going to play the alternative to that one first. What I did was I changed the style, and I told it, give me a more country song. Let's get rid of the metal a little bit. Give me a country song with those same bullet points. So
now, this is all to express how you can use AI to actually make music.
Yeah, my total time spent on this, other than listening to these songs and just freaking out that it was so easy to do. Seriously, for all 4 songs I'm going to play you was a minute.
Is this
1 minute.
Free?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's suno.com, SUNO.com. You get 5 songs for free.
Oh, all right.
So here is the next one here. This is the one that I personally not as good as the one we're going to use. You might change it up. I don't know, but I didn't think this one was quite as good as the one we're going to use. But this one's just called Seth's Anthem, and let's try this one out.
All right.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud, believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Triv, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up.
Kinda.
Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams in the skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit and tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand.
I like this one too.
You like this one too, huh?
Yeah, but I like the other ones. The one we're going to use, I thoroughly enjoy.
Yeah, this one's not bad.
That's not bad.
This one's pretty decent.
Yeah.
But like Seth just said, I personally, before I sent it to Seth, I did not think this was the best one. I thought this one that we'll play now, and we'll play this one all the way through.
Yeah.
I think this is the best song, which we will start using on the show. We'll start using it as like the closing credits of the show or whatever.
Now, give us your opinions, and
Let's hear what you guys think of
love to
this
hear your thoughts.
of this one. So this is the official Seth Anthem that will be used on the show moving forward. So let us know if you think it's okay or if it stinks or whatever. So check it out. It is Seth's Anthem.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Triv, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown. Prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air.
I love that one.
That's good, right?
I think it's great. I think it's amazing how they do that.
Dude, it's we did like 2 hours on this on Saturday, and played just a shit ton of different songs that I made, like a bunch of songs goofing on Eddie Trunk and goofing on me and Neely and everything else. And we actually took a call from a caller and had him give us the points and wrote a stripper song and everything. I mean, we just had a bunch of fun with it. But this is the death knell of all music.
Oh yeah.
I mean, is this a great song? No. But is it good enough to be played on the radio? I'd say yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And it took me 15 seconds. Honestly, it took 15 seconds.
That's crazy, man.
And we could do one right now if you want to. You want to make one right now?
Yeah.
We can. We get 200 characters. What style of music?
What options does it give you? Let me see.
Just country rock, classic rock, 50s, Motown.
Motown.
Let's try a Motown style. Motown style. We get up to 200 characters that we type in. Tell me what you'd like to tell it.
I don't know.
That you're not weird?
I don't know.
Liberals are weird?
Liberals are weird.
Liberals are weird. Seth is not weird. What else? Wearing dog masks is goofy.
All right.
Wearing dog masks is goofy. Having a family is normal. Okay, what else is weird?
Climate change.
Climate change is fake. Fake?
Yeah. Chris likes guns.
I like what?
Guns.
Chris likes guns. Okay, we got 50 more characters. Seth hates the Browns?
Yeah. Seth hates. Well, no, I don't hate the Browns. Seth hates Deshaun. Let's see if we can say Deshaun.
Yeah, why not? I'll spell it like DS Deshaun.
Oh,
even though that's the incorrect spelling. All right, we got like 20 characters left.
Dream Theater sucks.
Dream Theater sucks. Okay, we're out of spaces.
Right.
197. All right, now this is how dangerous this is. Here we go. We've got Motown style. Liberals are weird. Seth is not weird. Wearing dog masks is goofy. Having a family is normal. Climate change is fake. Chris likes guns. Seth hates Deshaun Watson. Dream Theater sucks. We'll hit create. Hopefully we don't get flagged for anything. Might not like the word sucks. Doesn't like the word sucks. Dream Theater
is bad.
Is bad. Try again. Oh, it's still moderating us here. What did we use? I wonder if it's the guns. Chris likes... No, I'll just take that line out. We'll have to take out a couple. We'll figure it out.
Bite a ball bag?
I think it was the guns. No? What the hell? Seth dislikes. We will get one. I'm telling you. This is the hardest part of it is just getting the combination. Thinking. What the hell is it flagging me for? All right, we'll just take out.
For moderation, what does that mean?
It means that we're doing something against their terms of service. We'll take out Deshaun Watson.
What?
We will figure this out. What the hell? Hold on. I wonder if it's stuck. Hold on. Copy. I know this is great in just enthralling TV, but Take out.
How much does this cost? If
you can do five. You can get 500 songs for $10 a month. For 500 songs
really?
in a month.
That's not bad.
No, not at all. All right, is it going to take this one? Yeah, there we go. All right, so we did Motown style. Seth is not weird. Wearing dog masks is goofy. Having a family is normal. Climate change is fake. And Dream Theater is bad. So let's give a listen to Seth's normal life. Let's see what we got here.
Seth is not so weird. Just living life so clear. Wearing masks like dogs. Laughing through the fog. Family's what he's got. Love's always hitting the spot. Everything feels so right. Normal days and normal nights. People say we're dreaming. Thinking life's got meaning. Climate change not real. Just stories that they deal. Goofy masks and silly jokes. Hanging with the everyday folks. Loving every single glance. Life is just a simple dance. Dream theater is bad. Too much drama makes us mad. Simple tunes we crave. Rhythms that we all save. People say we're dreaming. Thinking life's got meaning. Climate change not real. Just stories that they deal.
Yeah, get down. Not bad, huh?
That's awesome. I love that one too.
Well, you want to see it gave us an alternate mix. You want to try that one?
Yeah, let's see it.
See what that one sounds like as well. Here we go.
Seth is not so weird. Just living life so clear. Wearing masks like dogs. Laughing through the fog. Family's what he's got. Love's always hitting the spot. Everything feels so right. Normal days and normal nights. People say we're dreaming. Thinking life's got meaning. Climate change not real. Just stories that they deal. Goofy masks and silly jokes. Hanging with the everyday folks. Loving every single glance. Life is just a simple dance. Dream theater is bad. Too much drama makes us mad. Simple tunes we crave. Rhythms that we all say.
It's just silly, but dude, this is the end of the music business.
This is like the most fun I think I've ever had. Like, this is great.
It's the end of the music business, though.
Did you fork over the $10?
No, I just made a bunch of accounts. Yeah,
No,
I made a bunch of accounts.
I'm almost gonna. I'm thinking about downloading this because I could use this for work, man. I could take a topic that Bob talks about and just stick stuff in there and
stick stuff in, yeah, and just make a song that. But dude, why in the world would a record company with and this is some bullshit. This isn't like the real high end stuff.
Right.
Why would a record company hire a band now and wait on them 8 months to make an album or a bunch of songs or whatever? When you could literally just say, you know what? There was a riot yesterday in bullshit Montana. A lot of people were killed. There was fires and a gas station burned down. And it'll write a song about it in 2 seconds.
We need to write a classic rock song now.
Well, let's do it.
We do a classic rock?
I think I got more. Let's do classic rock. Classic rock style. John Drake is dumb. His taste in music is bad. He's a Cleveland homer.
Star Wars is awful.
He really dislikes Star Wars.
And has bad tattoos.
He has bad tattoos. Is in love with Jar Jar Binks. That's good.
That's perfect.
Let's see what we can get out of this.
Classic rock.
For John Drake.
Oh, come on. No flags.
The only thing it would flag is John Drake is dumb. John Drake, let's try this. Lacks intelligence.
Maybe they can't rhyme and stuff.
No, it has to do with their terms of service. Because we were trying some stuff. I had to find my ways around when we were doing the stripper one too.
So you can't put she spread her vagina?
No, we had to like we couldn't even say that she was a stripper. We had to say that she's an adult worker. We have to say certain things to make it right, but all right, let's see. Classic rock style. Come on now. What could it be choking on here? Let's see here. John Drake. I know what I can say that it'll like. Loves Kid Rock. He is a Cleveland homer. He really dislikes Star Wars. All right, this should be good. Come on, baby. There's nothing negative in this one.
It's thinking a lot on this one. So.
Yeah, I think this one's going to go.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on, baby. It's like, but again, it's writing 2 songs in like 30 seconds.
There you go.
All right, so let's hear what John Drake's anthem sounds like.
John Drake loves that Kid Rock sound while Cleveland's his town, but he won't hide that tattoos and mistakes all over. Star Wars hate rage that can't be sober. Jar Jar Binks is strange obsession freaky. Inked on some stories of the weekend unworried. Cleveland sunsets, he stands all over. Star Wars hate rage that can't be sober. Jar Jar Binks is strange obsession freaky. Inked on some stories of the weekend unwary. Cleveland sunsets, he stands on Skylight Tower. Ours, Kid Rock blaring through his darkest hours. Jar Drake, Cleveland's wild soldier. Kid Rock tunes moonshine over. Jar Jar Binks love a twisted tale. Star Wars hate in his blood prevails. Bad tats.
I don't know. I call that classic rock.
Yeah, I would call that, I don't know, Blink 182.
Yeah. Maybe a disco version.
Well, maybe the second one is. I don't know.
The lyrics are perfect for him, though.
Oh, they're great. This is fucking hilarious. All right, here we go. Let's try this one.
That Kid Rock sound loud. Cleveland's his town, pride he won't hide. Bad tattoos and mistakes all over. Star Wars hate rage that can't be sober. Jar Jar Binks, his strange obsession freaky. Inked arms tell stories of the weekend unwary. Cleveland sunsets, he stands on Skyline Towers. Kid Rock blaring through his darkest hours. Jar Jar Binks is strange obsession freaky. Inked on some stories of the weekend unwary. Cleveland sunsets, he stands on Skyline Towers. Kid Rock blaring through his darkest hours. Jar Drake, Cleveland's wild soldier. Kid Rock tunes moonshine over. Jar Jar Binks love a twisted tale. Star Wars hate in his blood prevails.
That's my new favorite thing. I'm gonna spend the $10 a month.
Well, go for it, man. It's Suno, SUNO.com if people want to use it.
That's fun, man.
Yeah, it is. It's silly. It's just silly, but it's there if people want to try it out, you know. But again, my big thing is, how long is it going to be before anybody that would spend money on music is just like, you know, it's why you keep seeing these stories about buying catalogs and stuff. They're buying the catalog from like Queen or whatever. They're going to voice print Freddie Mercury's voice and Brian May's guitar sound. They're going to print that sound, and they're going to use a thing like this to make new music from those bands.
If you can get this for $10 a month for 500 songs,
yeah,
I'm sure that there's some high-end AI sound stuff that's putting together, you know, shit that really sounds like you said, like Metallica, like, you know, Freddie Mercury.
Dude, there's been a lot of rumors that Motley Crue used AI to do their latest song.
Really?
You want to hear? Have you heard that song, Dogs of War?
I have not.
Listen to this song and tell me if it does sound somewhat like what we just heard. Now, obviously, coming from a band like Motley Crue, they would have better access. No, they're using better access stuff, but it could certainly be voice printed and sound printed, and then use it to write the song. Check this out. You don't think that sounds similar?
Oh, absolutely, could be, without a doubt. Because, you know, he can't sing anymore.
Yeah. And I mean, I could see, even if they did go back in the studio and, you know, change the words or whatever, I could see them putting in, give me this style with this break and this bridge and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then change out the words. You know, they've got the money to do that.
Well, I mean, there's programs that will record commercials and stuff like that with their voice and everything else. I mean, I'm sure they could do that kind of stuff now.
That's.
You're right. It's going to be the death of the music industry.
Music industry's done. Because why would you pay a band? Why would you pay a band and wait 8 months when you could literally create a band? You just create a band. You say, here's my new sound. And let's be honest. Every band is not touring anymore, so it's not like you ever need to see them. You could just keep releasing lyric videos and say, hey, this is the new band, Distorted Illusion. Boom. Nobody would know the difference. No one would know the difference. It's the way of the future.
Do you know what you create?
I don't know the answer to that. I'd imagine so.
So Seth Anthem, is that going to be copyrighted?
No. It's just... I mean, I created it. It gives me a button to download it. It's that simple.
Jake sent me a message saying Randy Travis's new song is all AI.
I don't doubt it.
He had a stroke.
I don't doubt it, man. I mean, it's really, this is the way it's going. It's definitely going to get there sooner than later. You know, and the truth is we, our age people, as parents, did a terrible job. Because we didn't make our kids appreciate music and love music. And because we didn't make them love music and buy music and go to shows or whatever, they don't need to go to shows. They don't even like to go to shows. Well, they don't go to concerts.
You could see this. AI could replace a lot of stuff. I mean, even in my business. I mean, we talked about this years ago with Triv, but I mean, it could replace a talk show host sometime.
Of course.
I mean, you could just enter in bullet points of what you want to talk about, and then, you know, the voice comes out and
they got those bots now, which is one of the reasons I laugh when you say you get into these Facebook wars, is they've got bots that'll argue with you on Facebook.
Well, see, I think I've been in arguments with some of those people because I click on like their their name to get to like their profile or whatever, and it's always like a blank picture. There's nothing there, and it's just no info. There's nothing.
It's just a bot.
I'm arguing with nothing.
You're arguing with a computer that is just designed to look for keywords that you say and react a certain way based on the words that you say. You know, and it's designed to keep you engaged.
Because I'm not gonna lie, when you sent me that Seth Anthem, the country one, and I listened to all 3 minutes of it, I sat there. I was like, "Oh my god, man! I can't believe Chris took all this time to write this this song." I mean, my wife. I'm not gonna lie to you. My wife had a tear in her eye listening to the song because she loved the way the lyrics were great and all that kind of stuff. And then I called you like a half hour later or whatever. I was like, "Dude, that was really cool." Like, yeah, it took me 30 seconds. I was like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, but now you see, does it take longer?
No.
The hardest part is finding the keywords.
The hardest part is actually getting it to not flag you for something.
Yeah, because we do dirty stuff. But if we were doing just like, I don't know, if we were doing a home improvement show or something,
right? And
we told it to write us a song about, you know, building a house and using oak instead of, you know, whatever, and, you know, pounded nails and building walls and stuff, it'd shit that out like nothing. You could have a theme song to your you know, home building show in 5 seconds. It just doesn't. I mean, of course we're going to get flagged because we're using the bad words, we're using hate, and we're making fun and all that other stuff. But you know, dude, the business is done.
I wonder if it flags you if you pay the money. Like if you,
I don't know.
Pay the $10 if you can just kind of do whatever the hell you want.
Well, you said you're going to sign up. Sign up and try it.
I think it's going to be interesting.
Sign up and try it. Get Bob to pay for that because you probably have 400 themes to Bob's show. We're probably going to have 400 themes to this show.
I was going to say, yeah.
Because I like the fact that we could change the theme up every once in a while to the closing credits or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
It is. It really is. Technology is moving faster than we are. That's for sure, man.
I'm not sure that God intended it this way.
Well, he must have. He letting it happen. If you believe in God, you believe he knows all. So he certainly knew about Suno. Wish he didn't know about flagging it.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot more fun if I could say some of the stuff I really want to say instead of tap dancing all the time.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You want to take a little break here and then regroup and do something else? Or?
Yeah, whatever. Even with John Drake stuff, I mean, there's so many things I wouldn't say about that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
again, you just have to find the words for it. But it really is kind of you just tinker with it a little bit.
Are there alternative words to John strokes LeBron's dick? I don't think so. I don't think there's alternative words.
You'll have to try it in the paid plan and see if you can get away with that one.
Yeah, let's take a break. We want to talk about Summerslam to wrap things up there?
Yeah, we'll talk about Summerslam because I enjoyed it, but we'll...
The night in Cleveland on Saturday was crazy. We'll talk about that.
All right, well, let me find a commercial here that makes sense for us. All right, we will be back in a minute with more here on the Seth Williams Show.
There's plenty of places to experience the Seth Williams Show, but if you want all the content, you need to join us on Minds. Get all the live episodes of the show every Monday and Wednesday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Get the special bonus footage every Wednesday from 5:30 to 6 p.m. Get bonus content from Seth and Chris as it's produced. It's only $4.99 per month, so don't wait. Sign up today. Visit us at www.minds.com/Seth Williams Show.
Are you looking for a way to support the Seth Williams Show? Get your Seth Williams Show merchandise today. From coffee mugs to clothing and everything in between, our high-quality merch is the perfect way for you to not only support the show, but show everyone what is the greatest show going today. Just go to shop.thesethwilliamsshow.com now, shop around, and buy some great merchandise from the Seth Williams Show. Shop today.
And by the way, those commercials were done with AI.
Yeah. I did the video part, but then I do the read so that it says the names and stuff correctly. But then there's another program called 11 Labs, if you want to look that up, 11labs.io, that you take your recording so that you get the inflections and everything that you want. You throw it in, and then it spits it out with whatever voice you choose. There's like 50 voices you can choose.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Or
dude,
not.
AI is coming. That's why I was like, man, I'm getting behind on this. I'm leaving a lot of money on the table not knowing this shit. So,
And then on top of that, the commercial did say go to minds.com. We had some more great content the other night, last Wednesday.
yeah, we did.
The extra content on Minds.
Yeah, that was. We were definitely cutting up.
So that was good shit. So if you haven't signed up yet, do so. Still don't know how we get paid for that, but
We've got some subscribers, and
yes.
I don't know. I don't know if it's throwing it to my bank or if it's banking somewhere and holding. I don't know. I need to
sign
look
up
in and figure it out.
Sign up because it's good shit.
Yeah, it is.
So Saturday night, Cleveland was all a buzz. I heard one radio person call it the entertainment capital of the world in Northeast Ohio, at least for Saturday night. You're talking about
That's right.
down in Canton, you had the Football Hall of Fame, the enshrinement ceremony was going on down there.
Right.
And then up here, you had a Guardians game, which was packed. Then you had the Martin Lawrence concert at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. I didn't even know Martin Lawrence was still around.
Martin Lawrence can do 15 to 20,000 people.
Apparently, he was at Rocket Mortgage. Then apparently there was a concert down at Nautica, and then there was SummerSlam with 60,000 wrestling fans.
That's right.
At Brown Stadium.
That is correct.
So Cleveland was all a buzz, and it's great. You know, we have like 3 tall buildings and flats. It sucks now, but it looked great. I mean, it did look great on TV. And I'll tell you what, the wrestling people know how to throw a party, and the WWE is just like first class entertainment.
Dude, they made before we even talk about the wrestling, they made Cleveland look great.
They did.
They really did. Some of that drone footage that they had from like the
Yes.
last couple of days was fantastic. You know, and they come in now like in the old days, and you know this, dude. In the old days, they would just come in, do their event, and they were gone.
Oh yeah.
Now it's like a few days event. There was all kinds of things happening around town around wrestling. Sam Roberts from Jim and Sam and Opie and Anthony days, he did a appearance at Hilarities on Friday, just like a talking because he's involved with WWE. He did an appearance, and I guess Drew McIntyre showed up and was, shooting the shit with the audience and stuff. And that was on Friday, and I guess Sami Zayn did a comedy show on Saturday in the morning, and The Undertaker did a talk at the Agora maybe on Friday or Saturday. So, they came out, they did a whole thing. If you didn't want to go into SummerSlam, if you couldn't afford to, you could have still been part of the pre-show because it was just held right outside of the stadium, and anybody that showed up was just audience. So they really do it right, man. I mean, they really come in and do it right.
Your boy, what the hell wrong with the flats? He's old enough, right? I mean, how old is John?
He played the Odeon. His band headlined the Odeon 100 times.
It's nothing like the flats used to be. The flats used to be the place to go. Now it's not. Sorry, John.
The West Bank is pretty good. The East Bank is just half abandoned now. But
man, that's all Gen Z stupid ass bars. I mean, it used to be. The flats used to be the shit. So don't even get me started, John. We're not talking about that. But I thought WWE did a hell of a job, man. I
did too.
And then on top of that, the actual show itself was great.
I totally enjoyed it. I've seen a bunch of people saying that mixed reviewing it. I don't know how you can mixed review it. I thought every match was really good. They furthered storylines. If you're a deep hardcore fan, they really forwarded the storylines along as they should have. Roman Reigns coming back in had a huge, big fight feel to it when he showed up at the end.
That was cool. Yeah. And then
it was great.
Randy Orton coming out there was kind of cool.
Yeah, Orton and Kevin Owens, that whole sequence with them fighting with the guys,
was great.
That was really cool. I personally loved the whole Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley with the plot twist with Dominic Mysterio going for Liv and dumping
I
Rhea.
I missed that. So what
I
happened?
like that. Rhea Ripley was literally kicking the shit out of Liv Morgan,
Yeah.
and then she was going to clock her with a chair, and Dominic Mysterio stopped her from clocking her with the chair, saying that she couldn't win the championship if she did because she'd get disqualified. But then it turned out 2 seconds later that there was a cheat to win, and Dominic left with Liv Morgan and was making out with her outside the ring.
I heard they were making out.
Yeah, it was like a thing, and it was great.
God.
You know, it was the whole every match was fun. A lot of times when they have celebrities get involved, it sucks. But Jelly Roll with that big ass choke slam was hilarious.
That was great.
He choke slammed Austin Theory like he'd been wrestling for fucking 30 years. I mean, he power slammed him through the.
Did.
I'll bet you Austin Theory felt that a lot more than he was expecting to.
Hey, that was cool. And then, yeah, I mean, the whole thing, I just thought it was kind of a class act.
I liked the whole, as much as I don't like either of these guys, I liked the Logan Paul and MGK. I thought that was pretty cool.
I missed that.
That was near the beginning.
I missed that.
I'm going to say this, as much as I am not a fan of Logan Paul, personally, I got to give that guy mad props for his ability. I mean, he's only been doing it like a year, and that's like not a year in the WWE. That's a year period.
Right.
He does things that most of these guys that have been in it their whole life don't do. He did a move during the match where he jumped up to the top rope and did a moonsault backwards onto the concrete, onto I forget who he did it onto. But it was crazy. It was a crazy move. I was like, Jesus. You know, that takes a lot of balance and a lot of confidence to jump up like that and bounce off that top rope and hope you don't miss.
Can you replay this now on Peacock?
On Peacock? Yeah, absolutely.
Because I missed some of the beginnings. I wanted to check.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't watch. I only watched like the first couple of matches live because I had CMS to do, but I watched it right after the CMS, like 3 a.m. And I was up till like 7 watching the damn thing.
You think about all the stars that were in town for that thing. I mean,
Yeah.
Pat McAfee was here doing his thing. I mean, it was just cool. It was cool seeing that. It was cool seeing Cleveland actually, shine a little bit.
Yeah, and Cleveland showed out, and it was great. And I just thought the city represented itself well. Thankfully, the news wasn't that, I don't know, some WWE person got shot making their way to the stadium or whatever. The way it could have gone. It was nice to see that. And dude, again, I can't say enough. The action was great. The action.
Yeah, what I saw of it was, yeah.
The only thing that was a little tiny bit of a bummer was that it wasn't sold out.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because I know people that sure as hell could not afford those kind of tickets, man.
Right here.
And they were at the event because I think they got them like last minute for cheap because they weren't sold out.
Well, that was it. They were doing like 3-for-1s or something at the end. But the tickets were stupid priced. That's really what it came down to. The tickets, to get decent tickets, nobody wants to sit. And I wish in any event, I don't care if it's a baseball game, a football game, Summerslam, a concert, whatever. No one wants to sit in the upper bowl for anything.
Right.
And that's where all the tickets were empty. I mean, every time they took a far shot, you could see a lot of orange in the top because they just couldn't sell those tickets. And
because you're talking about you're in the top part of that stadium. You're looking down at a ring that is tiny compared to.
Well, that's it.
And
that's
a football field. I mean, that's.
Do you want to spend, let's say, $150 plus 50 or more to park? Or do you want to stay home for $9 and be able to see everything perfectly?
Well, that was like me. I mean, I was out. I did my thing. I got dinner. I brought it home. I was able to turn it on. I watched it. I mean, for me, it's like watching it for free because I'm already paying for Peacock for other stuff that I watch.
Yeah.
So it was nothing. It was nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I would have loved to have been there, but for the price, I would. If it was $150 and I could have sat in the first 15 rows, I probably would have called off CMS and I would have gone.
Yeah, it was $1,800 to sit in the first 15 rows.
That's no, I'm not doing that. Forget it.
Either.
I'll watch it at home for $9.
Right.
And that's and see better and see everything and replays and commentary and everything else. So yeah, I mean, but other than that one little minor bitch, and again, that is a minor bitch. I thought it was a great event. I thought they did fantastic. I thought Cleveland shined, man. And it's nice that Cleveland could shine on occasion because we don't really get the chance.
Sorry, John, but not a lot. Is he the biggest homer that you know?
Oh, yes. This is the guy that told me that Trent Richardson was going to the Hall of Fame and that Brandon Whedon was going to be a perennial All-Pro.
See, here's the problem with the guy. Jesus, really?
Yes.
Here's the problem with John's argument. The capacity of the stadium was a little over 68,000. The sales were around 57,000. Okay, but they also had the entire floor filled.
Yeah.
With the exception of the pathway to get to the ring and the ring. I mean,
yeah, and if you Google it or you just watch some of the clips from like people that were there, you'll see whole swaths of the upper deck had the black tarps over it, so that once it got dark, you wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
nobody sitting there.
Yeah, it's nobody sitting there, but it's because they didn't sell any of them tickets.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not trying to shit on it. 57,000 seats is a lot for a wrestling event.
All right, but this is what I hate about, and I guess I hate and love about Americans. Americans are the biggest scam artists of all time, as a wise man once said. You know how much hotel rooms are going for? My wife and I
what was?
Hotels
Hotels?
downtown.
No idea.
We looked up the hotel rooms. The shittiest hotel. Now, my wife and I stayed at a fairly shitty hotel. It was right by by Peabody's when it was down over there by Cleveland State and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a shitty hotel over there. It wasn't great when we stayed there. We're talking the shitty hotels were going for $500 to $600 a night.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they were gouging the hell out of people for staying if you wanted to stay downtown.
Yeah,
I got hotel for $700-800 for a night.
Well, I don't know this, but I've got to imagine that parking was at least $100.
You would guess.
Why would it be any cheaper? If you had to fight for parking between the wrestling event, Martin Lawrence, and Indians game, tickets are pricing for parking easily $100.
I remember when LeBron came back to, I think it was like first game back or with the Heat or something like that, and I was downtown for the station, and I had to park my car, and I took $50 with me. That was half of what I needed to park the car when he came back to town.
Yeah.
I mean, it was insane.
I know it, dude. It's crazy. It's absolutely nutty how much it costs for anything down there. And that's why, again, for me personally, it was like, well, I could spend nothing. I can spend the $9 that I've already spent and I can watch it here. Or I can go down there to be part of the pageantry, which
Look,
maybe I'm too old for it, but I don't care anymore. I mean, do you get excited when you go to a show anymore, a concert, or an event like this, an Indians game?
Look, I have my spots where I like to go see concerts. I can see a concert at MGM any day of the week because I just love it there.
I like it there, sure, but I mean, do you get excited? Like the old days where if you were going to see Tesla in the old days, you'd been rocking Tesla all day long in your car.
Right. No, I mean, it's not the same anymore. It could be that I'm, older.
Old. That's it. We're just we've kind of aged out of this a little bit.
But I mean, there are bands that I think that I could still get excited for if I was going to go see them. I know that if Korn was coming to town, Korn's one of my favorite bands. I know if Korn was coming to town, I'd probably be excited about going to see him. But I think I'm getting too old for I don't want to pay $50 to park my car. I don't want to walk a mile and a half, and I can't really walk a mile and a half to get to the.
Yeah.
I'm not walking down the hill of Blossom to get to anywhere. I don't want to deal with that kind of garbage. I'm not sitting through an 8-hour festival at a fairgrounds to see a couple of bands that I want to see like I used to. I'm just not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do. Now, if I was going to go see Metallica at Brown Stadium and I had really good seats and I was able to park close to the thing, and then maybe I'd be excited about going. I don't know. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I openly admit it that I'm getting old.
Like, when my wife and I went to see Stephen Piercy last 2 weeks ago, whatever it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was excited to go, and we listened to some Rat on the way out there, which is cool. And when we got there, I liked the seats were fantastic, and we had a good time doing it and stuff. But I didn't stand like everybody else, like I used to. I mean, part of that's because of the leg, but part of it's because I just don't care. I'd rather sit in my seat.
Yeah. Now it's just like, I'll stand up to see the song I want to see, and that's about it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's different, but I miss those days. Doing obviously what you and I have done for how many years, and my years at MMS. How many shows did we get to go see? And it was so great. I was pumped for most of those shows, and now you're right. It's not the same.
Yeah, it is. It's just, it's all changed now, man. It's definitely, I think we've done it, and that's really what it comes down to. Like, I've been to the Olympics. I've been to big giant things. I've been to Metallica shows at stadiums. I went to the
Ozfest,
and I went to Pittsburgh to see the Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Faith No More show in 90 whatever, and
yeah.
I was at Day on the Green in 92, with Metallica and Queensryche and Faith No More and Soundgarden. Like, I've been to those things now. And the music's not as good as it used to be. And the bands are not as good as they used to be.
I agree with that.
And that takes some of the steam away from you. In the old, like, I don't want to pick on Tesla because I like Tesla, but Tesla today is not Tesla of 20 years ago either.
Right.
Brian Keith just doesn't sound as good as he used to. He sounds like Cartman kind of, and it's a different sound than it used to be, and it's just not as good. Is it a good show? Sure. It's fun, but it's more fun because you're singing the songs than it is because you're hearing the songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
get it.
You're kind of remembering the old days.
Well, that's just it. I've had so many cool memories of, the bands that I like and, things that I got to do, but now it wouldn't be the same.
Mm-hmm.
I got picked up at my house, a Godsmack's tour bus with them on the bus, and drove to Blossom with them, had dinner with them, and then sat front row and all that kind of stuff. I mean, if I saw them today, it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, no, it's not, man. It just, I don't know. And again, I feel like the old man in the room when I bring this stuff up, but it's just not as exciting as it used to be. Nothing is. I hate to say it, but there's nothing. I think maybe that just happens as we get older. That's why we stop doing as much stuff. It's not because we can't afford to do it. It's not because we like doing it any less. It's just we're old. We've done it. It's not fresh anymore. There's nothing fresh. There's no concert experience where you're like, oh, yeah, and there's no danger in it either. I can remember part of the reason I remember going to see Guns N' Roses is because you never knew if a fucking riot was going to break out. And that was kind of part of the fun, was to be kind of in that mix, that crazy mix. Now it's just like, all right, you paid $300 to sit here. Now sit here. Watch Axl screech out some songs.
Yeah, you're right. It's a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like a place like MGM, I could see a show all the time.
I love that place. That's my favorite spot too.
Joint. It's easy to get in, easy to get out. Whatever. When the shows are over, people seem like, all right, I'm getting the hell out of here. Nobody sticks around.
Well, you got the handicap placard, don't you?
Oh yeah.
You know that you get free valet parking there as well. Do you know that?
I did not. You told me that, but I didn't try it the last time.
Yeah, dude. You just pull right on up with that handicap placard. They'll take your keys and park your car for you.
Really?
And then they'll go get it.
But then I got to tip somebody.
So what? It's not worth $5 to not park halfway across that big ass fucking.
Yeah, because for that Stephen Piercy show, man, I was stalking like old people.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, you go right up to the door on that one and let them deal with it.
there was this one old lady. She had a walker and her husband. I'm like driving like 2 miles an hour behind them, hoping that they had a closed spot. Like honking at these fucking old people. Like, come on, where you going? How far are you walking?
Dude, you got to do the valet at the MGM. That is the shit there. For $5, it's worth it. You'd pay $5 to park close.
That's true.
You know, if somebody guaranteed you could park right there by the door for $5, you'd pay it, right?
Yeah, I gotta find another show.
So next show, just pull right up to the door and valet that shit.
I know a couple people there. I gotta start using my contacts for like
Hell yeah.
tickets and shit. You realize I've been there like 6 times. I've yet to pay for a ticket to that venue. I gotta keep it going.
Meanwhile, our guy John Drake last week, I think he spent $1,000 for him and his wife to go to see Sammy Hagar on Monday.
Ooh.
$1,000.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I think he told me $500 a piece.
Were they front row?
I think they were in the top front 3 rows, somewhere in there.
Man,
I don't remember exactly. I know they were real good seats. I know he didn't sit anywhere shitty, but
$500 a piece?
No, thank you.
Dude, I wouldn't pay $500. I have TVs that aren't worth that much.
Dude, I don't know that I would pay $500 to have Sammy Hagar play that show in my backyard.
Yeah, I know.
I really don't think I would. I'd rather have the $500. But all right, are we done?
We are done.
All right.
And we have that song we're going to play again.
We do.
Everybody, thank you for listening and watching tonight. We appreciate it. God willing, we'll talk to you on Wednesday. Don't know what's going down then, but we will sure have a good time.
All right. See you, folks.
See ya.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Trip, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown. Prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air.